Hey, it's Roberta here from Intersport Alvarez, and today I'm going to be taking you through a stronger 20-minute Vinyasa flow. So pop on something comfy, grab your yoga mat, and let's get flowing. You can go ahead and find yourself in a high kneeling position facing the front of your mat. Closing down the eyes for just a moment, and let's take the hands to prayer at heart center. Let's draw the shoulders back, lift up nice and tall through the spine, and we'll find 3 deep energizing breaths here. So when you're ready, take a deep inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Twice more, just like that. Inhale, exhale, let it all go. Last time, in your own time. Inhale, and we let it all go. Let's go ahead and take the knees to a little bit wider than hip width distance apart. Big toes touch at the back. And begin to walk the hands straight ahead of you, finding a wide child's pose. Keep reaching through the fingertips, staying nice and active here. I want you to begin to push down your chest towards the ground. Breathing deeply here, lengthening through the lower back. Good, let's go ahead, walk the hands towards the left side. Feel that right side body stretch as we inhale. And as we exhale, let's take it back through center, walk the hands across towards the right hand side. Deep inhale here. Good, exhale, we take it back through center, planting the hands, spread the fingers wide, and I want you to slowly begin to shift your weight forward as if you're beginning to push your hip bones down towards the mat, and we're taking those feet now to about hip width distance apart at the back. Good, breathing deeply here, push the chest forward, draw the shoulders back and down as we inhale. As we exhale, take it all the way back as if we're heading for that wide child's pose. 2 more just like that. Inhale, moving it forward, fingers spread wide, release the hip bones down, draw the shoulders back. And as we exhale, take the sit bones back towards the heels, big toes are touching. Last time, inhale, we take it forward, drop the hip bones down, squeezing through the glutes, really nice and active through the glutes. Exhale, we take it back, sit the sit bones back towards the heels, lengthening through the spine. 1 deep inhale, exhale here, in through the nose, we're exhaling through the mouth. Good, let's get flowing. Let's lift up, find yourself at a neutral tabletop position. Hands stacked underneath the shoulders, the knees are at hip width distance apart. Go ahead, tuck your toes at the back, push your sit bones back towards the heels and lift your hips towards the sky, downward facing dog. Take a moment here to find any adjustments that are necessary. And once you're there, let's begin to pedal the legs through. Give the hips a little shimmy left to right, waking up the body. Building a little bit of energy here. And we're going to begin to work through some sun salutations. Let's find stillness with the feet. Push the chest back towards the legs, finding nice length in the spine. We look towards the gates, the hands. Let's step the right foot through and step that left foot through. Big toes touch. Inhale, finding that halfway lift. Lift up, lengthen the spine. Exhale, bending into the knees. Fold over the legs. Deep forward fold. Good. Inhale, sweep the hands out and wide. Rise all the way up to stand. Exhale, hands to prayer at heart center. Good. We're lifting up through the quads, squeezing the bum cheeks together at the back, staying really nice and active here in our Tadasana mountain pose. Inhale, sweep the hands towards the sky. Lift the gaze. Exhale, we're hinging from the hips. Swan diving over the legs, deep forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Lift up and lengthen the spine. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back. Find your high plank pose. Take a moment here, making those adjustments. I want you to push back through the heels. The core is really nice and tight here. Almost pushing the mat away from you, finding a little dome through the upper back. Keep the gaze down between the thumbs. Good, breathing deeply here. Let's build a little bit of heat through the core. I want you to draw that belly button back in towards the spine. It's going to be a real nice spicy flow today. So let's start as we mean to go on here for 2 more deep rounds of breath. Once again, we're pushing back through the heels. If we need a little break, drop your knees towards the ground. If not, let's stay lifted for 2, for 1. Good, let's shift the shoulders forward. Squeeze the elbows in either side of the body. Slow chaturanga down, all the way down. Unpoint the toes, push back through the palms of the hands, curling it up. Finding our cobra, squeeze the elbows in as we inhale. Exhale, chest meets the mat. Tuck toes at the back, push the sit bones back towards the heels. Lift the bum towards the sky, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Feet are at hip width distance apart. If the heels aren't touching the ground, that's absolutely fine. We can take a soften through the knees and rise up onto the balls of the feet. Steady your breath for just a moment. And let's look towards the gates of the hands. Step that right foot through, step the left foot through. Big toes come to touch as we inhale. Halfway lift, lift up, lengthen the spine. Exhale, bending into the knees, fold over the legs. Deep forward fold. Inhale, we rise all the way up to stand. Palms come to touch overhead. Exhale, hands to prayer at heart center. Beautiful. We know what we're doing. 1 more exactly like that. Inhale, sweep the hands towards the sky. Glutes are strong as we exhale. We're hinging from the hips. Swan dive over the legs. Deep forward fold. Inhale, rise up, lift up and lengthen the spine. Exhale, plant the palms, step it back. High plank pose. Once again, we're holding it here for 3 deep rounds of breath. Okay, so let's make sure that we are in line. Feet are at hip width, hands are at shoulder width, fingers spread really nice and wide. Engage in the core by drawing the belly button back in towards the spine. And once again, we're pushing the mat away, finding a little dome through the upper back. We're here for 3, we're here for 2, for 1. Beautiful. Send the shoulders over the wrist, chaturanga, squeeze the elbows in towards the side body. Inhale. Pointing through the toes, press back through the palms of the hands, squeeze the glutes, find your cobra. Exhale, chest meets the mat, tuck toes at the back, push the sit bones towards the heels. We lift it up, downward facing dog. Excellent work, everyone. Taking 2 deep rounds of breath here. Slowing it down completely. Feel free to move or to pedal the legs. Whatever feels good here, this is your practice. And I want you to go ahead and step the feet together at the back of the mat. Big toes even come to touch. As we inhale, let's sweep that right leg high towards the sky, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bending into the right knee and begin to open up through the hip. So shining that hip towards the right side of the room. Breathing deeply here. Inhale. As we exhale, let's drive the right knee to meet the right elbow at the front of the mat. Good. Inhale, let's sweep the right leg back up towards the sky, finding our 3-legged dog. This time as we exhale, tiger curl, drive the right knee towards the nose, dome the spine. Last time, inhale, sweep that right leg towards the sky. Exhale, this time take the right knee to meet the left elbow. Take a little twist towards the left side of the room. Beautiful. Inhale. 3-legged dog, lift the leg nice and high. Exhale, step the right foot through the gates of the hands, drop the left knee towards the mat, untuck the toes, runner's lunge. So we're pushing through that right knee in front, up on the fingertips, pull the heart forward as we inhale. As we exhale, let's walk the hands back, lengthen that right leg, half split, beautiful. Flex the toes back towards the body as we inhale. We're walking it forward, pull the heart forward, lift the gaze. And as we exhale, take it back, half split once again. Now I want you to see if you can challenge yourself here. If the hamstrings are feeling open, they're feeling ready to move, I want you to go ahead and see if you can tuck your left toes at the back, push down through your fingertips and hover that left knee from the mat. Nice strong pose, you'll really begin to feel it in through the hamstring. If we can hold it here, excellent. If not, drop that left knee back towards the mat. We're here for 3, for 2, for 1, beautiful. If we can, keep the left knee hovering as we walk the hands forward, coming towards this high lunge pose. We bend into the left knee at the back, sweep the hands towards the sky. So knitting that rib cage in, pulling everything in, cinching everything in, hands reaching up either side of the head, palms turned inward. Take a deep inhale here. As we exhale, drop your left heel towards the ground. Open up the hands, finding our warrior two. Good. Inhale. Exhale. As we inhale, palms come to touch over the head. Lengthen that front leg. Exhale. Take the hands back out. Find warrior two. 2 more times like that. Inhale, palms come to touch. Lengthen. Exhale. Pushing it back through. Last time. Inhale. Let's take it all the way up. Beautiful. Exhale. We're pushing it back through. Find warrior two. Now from here, I want you to go ahead and turn back onto the ball of your left foot at the back. Rise the hands up either side of the head, finding your high lunge pose. From here, we're going to transition to a standing posture. We're going to drive the left knee up to meet the chest. So when you're ready, release the hands down. Drive that left knee up towards the chest. Find your balance. Nice length through the spine. Now, if we can here, I want you to see if you can almost wrap your left leg on top of your right as if coming towards eagle legs and tucking those toes behind. We're kind of taking a small bend into the knees here, softening through the knees. And if we're pleased with the legs, go ahead, take hands to prayer at heart center. Core is really strong. Breathing deeply here for 3, for 2, for 1. Nice and slow. Drive that left knee back up towards the chest. Let's try to keep that balance. We're stepping it back all the way back, finding our high lunge pose. Hands to prayer at heart center. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, release the hands down either side of the right leg. Step it back, finding your downward facing dog. Let's move through a vinyasa here. Let's ripple it forward all the way through. Send the shoulders over the wrist. Exhale, chaturanga. Squeeze the elbows in. Untuck the toes as we inhale, finding that cobra. Pull the heart forward. Exhale, tuck toes. Lift the hips. Downward facing dog. Beautiful work. Let's steady the breath here in our downward facing dog, or home base. Feel free to take a child's pose for a moment here. We have about another 2 full deep rounds of breath. Inhaling through the nose, exhale through the mouth. So beginning to build a little bit of heat here, which we love, which is what we intended. Beautiful. Let's step both feet back together at the back of the mat. Big toes come to touch. As we inhale, float the left leg towards the sky. Find your 3-legged dog. Exhale, bending into the left knee. Draw the hip back and down. So we're shining that left hip bone towards the left side of the room. Inhale. Exhale, drive the left knee towards the left elbow. Crunching through the core. Inhale, float the left leg high towards the sky, point the toes. Exhale, take it forward, tiger curl, knee to nose. Last time, inhale, left leg floats high. Exhale, left knee towards the right elbow. Take a little twist towards the right side of the room. Inhale, float the left leg towards the sky. Exhale, go ahead, step that left foot through the gates, the hands, drop the right knee, pulling the heart forward, finding this runner's lunge. So that left knee is stacked on top of the left ankle. Really trying to stick with our alignment here. Good, deep inhale here in our runner's lunge, lifting the gaze, and as we exhale, let's walk it back, finding that half split. Flex the toes back towards the body as we inhale. Walking it forward, hands either side of that front foot. And as we exhale, we're taking it back, lengthening through that left leg. Flex the toes back towards the body. Now, once again, if the hamstring is feeling like it's able to, if we have a little bit of length there, a little bit of movement, I want you to tuck your right toes at the back, push down through your fingertips, float that right knee from the mat. So hovering half split. Breathing deeply here. That right knee should be at 90 degrees. For 3, for 2, for 1. Let's keep that right knee hovering. If we can, we walk it forward. We're going to make our way towards that high lunge pose. Soften through the right knee. Sweep both hands up towards the ceiling. Palms are facing in towards one another. Take a moment to cinch in the rib cage here. So drawing the belly button back in towards the spine. Breathing deep here. In here through the nose. Exhale, drop your right heel towards the mat. Open the hands out, finding our warrior 2. Hands at shoulder height. Take your gaze through the middle finger of that left hand in front. Left knee stacked on top of the left ankle. Beautiful work. As we inhale, take both hands to meet overhead, lengthen the front leg, and as we exhale, we're pushing it right back through. Twice more like that. Inhale, hands float high, lift up and lengthen. Exhale, pushing it back through. Last time, inhale, we lift up and we lengthen. And as we exhale, we're pushing it back through. Beautiful. We're going to make that transition back towards our high lunge pose. So let's turn onto the ball, the back foot, soften the knee, hands float up towards the ceiling. Make your way towards that knee to chest position, so that standing posture at the front of the mat. Find your balance here, take a moment, gather your breath, and let's take it through. Drop the hands either side of the body, drive the right knee up towards the chest. Let's draw the shoulders back and down, cinching in the ribcage. Core is really, really strong here. And once again, we're going to try and make our way towards those eagle legs. So soften through that left knee. Sit the right leg on top of the left, and we're curling the toes behind the calf. Excellent work. When we have our balance, when we're feeling steady here, we can go ahead, take hands to prayer at heart center. Stay really tight through the core, knitting everything in. We're here for 3, for 2, for 1. Go ahead, drive that right knee back up towards the chest, step it back. Find your high lunge pose, hands to prayer at heart center. As we inhale, exhale, release the hands down, step it back. Find your downward facing dog. Beautiful. Right away, we're going to ripple forward, make our way through that vinyasa, shifting the shoulders over the wrists. Good. Keep it tight, chaturanga. Find through the toes, push back through the palms, the hands lift up, find cobra, hit for upward facing dog. If it's in your practice, exhale, tuck toes, lift bum, downward facing dog. Excellent work, everyone. Taking a moment here, settle the breath. And we're going to really begin to work on our core here just for the next couple of moments, okay? Maybe a doubt or two will creep in along the way. Can I do this? Am I able for this? You absolutely are. And if it feels at any point too much for the body, go ahead and find a child's pose and just work on steadying your breath. So when you're ready, let's ripple it forward all the way through. I want you to find a high plank pose, a really, really strong high plank. Remembering the hands are at shoulder height, shoulder distance apart, even. Use your words, Roberta. Feet are at hip width distance apart, and I'm pushing back through my heels. My core is really, really strong here, and I'm squeezing my glutes together, so my whole body is active, okay? Now from here, we're going to shift the weight into our left foot, and slowly begin to drive the right knee to meet the right elbow. Shoot the leg back, hover it. Working here for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Good. Go ahead and drive the right knee towards the left elbow and shoot the leg through. Excellent. Fallen star. Rise the left hand up towards the ceiling. Once again, core is strong. Pushing through that right hand, lifting the hips nice and high for 3, 2, 1. Left hand meets the mat. Step it back. Find your high plank pose. Right away, let's shift it towards the opposite side. Shift the weight into the right foot. Hover the left leg from the mat. Drive the left knee towards the left elbow for 5. Working hard here for 4. For 3. Don't forget to breathe. For 2. For 1. Excellent work. Drive the left knee towards the right elbow and extend the leg long. Finding that fallen star. Reach the right hand towards the sky. Pushing down through the left hand. Keep the hips nice and high. We're here for 3. For 2. Don't drop yet. For 1. Excellent. Right hand meets the mat. Step it back, finding high plank pose. Shift the shoulders over the wrist. Chaturanga. Squeezing the elbows in. Point through the toes. Push back through the palms, the hands. Let's find our cobra. Draw the shoulders back as we inhale. And as we exhale, we tuck toes. And we lift that bum towards the sky. Downward facing dog. Excellent work. I want you to go ahead and lift your gaze towards the front of the mat, and nice and slow at your own pace. We're just tippy-toeing it forward towards the front of the mat. And when you get there, I want you to take those feet to about hip width distance apart. Toes are pointing straight ahead. Slight soften through the knees, and let's find Ragdoll Pose. Right hand takes the left elbow, left hand takes the right elbow. And let's find a little bit of a sway here, just left and right. Slowing everything down. Thanking our upper body for keeping us afloat. Giving the arms a little bit of a rest. And slowing the breath here. In your own time, let's find stillness. Release the fingertips down towards the mat as we inhale. Halfway lift up and lengthen the spine. As we exhale, softening through the knees. Let's take the hands behind the ankles, so just to the heels almost. And I want you to really begin to pull your chest down. Head is heavy. Good, release the fingertips straight ahead of you as we inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, sweeping both hands up towards the ceiling. And as we exhale, we're taking hands to prayer at heart center. Let's make our way onto our bums on the mat. Let's cool it down. Really good work. So we're taking the feet to about hip width distance apart and rolling it down onto our back, vertebrae by vertebrae, really nice and slow. And let's allow the head to rest and take the hands either side of the body. You can walk the feet back, so we're trying to keep them as close to the bum as possible. And from here, let's take the right ankle and sit it on top of the left quad, creating the figure four with the legs. And I like to just take the right hand and push it against the inside of the right knee to open up even further. Really, really nice groin stretch there. Now, if this is enough for you, by all means stay as you are. If you wish to take it a little bit further, let's find a reclined pigeon pose. By interlocking the fingers in front of that left shin and drawing the legs back in towards the chest. Let's flex both toes back towards the body, feeling that really deep stretch into the right glute. We're here for 3, for 2, for 1, and let's release the left foot back down. I want you to cross the right leg completely over the left leg this time, and let's find cactus with the arms. So taking the hands out, 90-degree bend into both elbows. We release the knees towards the left hand side, and as we do, push down through your right shoulder and take your gaze over the right shoulder, finding a glorious reclined spinal twist. Once again, deep breaths here, slowing everything down. And we make our way back through center, unravel the legs, release the hands down, and let's do the same on the opposite side. We're sitting that left ankle on top of the right quad. If you wish, take the left hand, push it to the inside of the knee, opening up, create that figure four with the legs. By all means, stay as you are, or let's take it a step further, finding our reclined pigeon pose, interlocking the fingers just ahead of that right shin and drawing both legs back in towards the chest. Really deep glute stretch here. We flex the toes back in towards the body, stay nice and active in the legs. We're here for 3, release the shoulders down for 2, for 1. Good, right foot meets the mat. And we can cross the left leg completely over the right this time. Hands to cactus, so that 90-degree bend into both elbows. Allow the knees to fall towards the right side, push down through the left shoulder and take the gaze over the left shoulder. Reclined spinal twist. Finding your deep breaths here. Being grateful to your body for a strong class. Short, snappy, sweet, getting the job done. Helping us to feel good. Movement always helps us to feel good. Good, let's take ourselves back through center. Unravel the legs and hug both knees in towards the chest, clasping the outside of the knees with the hands. Maybe giving a little rock and roll left to right. And in your own time, I want you to cross at the ankles, push down through the elbows and make your way up towards easy pose, facing the front of your mat. Excellent work, everyone. Let's take hands to prayer at heart center. Thank you for joining me in today's class. It was a pleasure. Namaste.